everybody, welcome back to round 2 of the Momir Extravaganza. Round 1, of course, was just normal Momir, you all know that, but round 2 is going to be the Phlottery. That's Phlottery, the Phlottery. Why is it called the Phlottery? Well, there's a little bit of a self-imposed variant on this Momir game. This was created by the Loading Ready Run crew, and I've only seen it a few times here or there. It's called the Phlottery because you don't play any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 drops, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15 drops. You only play 7 drops. We will take turns playing lands and doing nothing until we hit 7, at which point we will start creating 7 drops. We can play more lands, but we can only make 7 drops. We can only attack if we have 7 creatures on board. So there's going to be several turns of just creating creatures past the turn, creating creatures past the turn. Now, of course, the reason it's called the Phlottery is because, and I've mentioned this several times, but never seen it happen, is there's a 7-drop in Magic called Phage the Untouchable. You see her here, 3 black, 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 black. Legendary creature, avatar, minion, she's a 4/4. Whenever Phage deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature, can't be regenerated. Whenever Phage deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. But most importantly, when Phage the Untouchable enters the battlefield, if you didn't cast it from your hand, you lose the game. If Phage hits the battlefield, we just lose. We can still lose the game by getting to 7 creatures, attacking, taking the other person to 0 as normal, but if anybody hits Phage, they just lose. So that's why it's called the Phlottery. We're going to play a best of 3 Phlottery, and I will see you guys for the start of that. All right, we're in. We've won the die roll. We're going to play first. We're going to keep, and we're just going to play lands and get to 7. So we're going to go mountain and go. And we're going to go mountain and go. I have no idea, actually, how long it will take to potentially hit Phage. I really should have looked up how many creatures there are at 7. In fact, I might quickly go do that right now. And there are 320 creatures at 7 mana. So there's a 1 in 320 chance of hitting Phage. Although that's going to be less because I'm sure that not all 320 are actually in Magic Online. Some of them are probably from the sets that Magic Online just simply doesn't have. So we are at 4, 5, 6. So we're about to start the Phlottery. All right. Phlottery time. First 7-drop. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? We are going to hit Archangel of Strife. Choose War or Peace. 6/6 flyer. Enters the battlefield. Each player chooses War or Peace. Creatures controlled by players who chose War get +3/+0. Peace +0/+3. I'm going for War. In 6 turns, she can attack. 9/6. What did Garrett choose? Garrett chose Peace. All right. So we've got War versus Peace. Uh, 4/7. Flyer. Suspend 4. Cool. So just a flyer. Whoa. I was getting a little bit click happy there. I can only make 7 drops. I almost made an 8-drop just out of habit. 8/5 flyer. When it deals combat damage to a player, search that player's library for a card. Then that player names a card. If you search for a creature card that isn't the named card. So 8/5 flyer. 8/5 flyer in Momir. What happens to the card otherwise? If you search for a creature card that isn't the named card. Okay, so you don't actually play the card or put it in the graveyard or anything. 5/7, whenever an opponent casts a spell. So just a 5/7. These are a lot of complex cards that are ultimately just vanilla in Momir. Is that 7? That's 7. Null Spine Dragon, 10/5, enters the battlefield. You can discard your hand and draw cards equal to the damage dealt to target opponent this turn. So 0 cards? I will not use that ability. But thanks for asking. Oh, man. There's going to be so many cards that I've just never seen in Momir because you only play 1 7-drop ever. Colonian Behemoth, 9/12 Shroud. These things are big because of that Archangel of Strife. Oops. Let's just tap all the mountains. 7-drop. Hexplate Golem, 8/7. All right, 3 more creatures and we could start attacking. But that 9/12 is beefy. He's only got 1 flyer, though, so I do have some serious flyer stuff coming over. On his side, he's got Seraph. 4/7 flyer. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Seraph this turn dies, put that card on the battlefield. Okay, so again, 4/7 vanilla. Let's make another 7-drop. Skargan Skybreaker, 6/3, Bloodthirst 3, pay 1, sack it. Deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So I can kill something, but then I'd be down a creature and I wouldn't be able to attack. Marion? 8/11, and it died. It may have had the island home. Yeah, when you control no island, sacrifice it. Good old island home. Mechanic that is not really existent anymore, I don't believe. 7-drop. What do we get? Shivan Hellkite, 8/5 flyer. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn I can attack. I don't know if I'll have any great attacks. And yes, just clarification there. Activations of creatures are fine, just no attacks. 5/5 deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. But Amplify doesn't do anything. So again, 5/5 vanilla. So what is this? It's 1 damage to target creature or player. Yeah, I'd rather get my 7th creature, I think. Let's just get my 7th creature. Oops, I was force of habit, just tapping all the lands and not counting. 5, 6, 7. Atarka World Render, 9/4. Whenever a dragon you control is attack, it gets... Yeah, and I have dragons. I have many dragons. Oh, I have all the dragons. Oh, all of the dragons. In dragons. Double striking dragons. I wonder how much advantage the person who goes first in Phlottery has. Because they get the first creature down, they get the first attack. Whew. Sorry, whistling in the mic. That might have blown some people's ears. Triple block. So I can kill 1. But otherwise this creature is going to be dead. These are all... Is everything here basically vanilla? Yeah, everything's basically vanilla. Let's kill the biggest one, I guess. Yeah, let's kill the biggest one. Lose a dragon. He is going to take 20 and go to 4. But that puts me down a creature. Although I will be able to attack next turn. I think first player does have a huge advantage. Although, him hitting that island home creature was a pretty big disadvantage as well. Tarka has trample as well. Yeah, that's going to be game. Yeah, that's going to be game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless I hit an island home creature. I do not. So in with a Tarka. In with a Tarka. All right. So, yeah, that was a little bit lopsided again. I think first player has an advantage. I don't know how much was just me getting a Tarka, which was arguably just a total finisher in this format. How much was him missing on that island home creature? Who knows? Let's find out in match 2, or game 2, rather. I will keep, of course. Mountain and a go. Mountain and a go. So we've played approximately, what, 16 creatures or so? Slowly going through all 320 possibilities. I guess there's arguably some strategy of what land you play as well. I wonder how many forest walkers there are at 7. Maybe there's just fewer forest walkers. I feel like there's probably a lot of island walkers, though, so I don't think I'll be putting down that island. I will put down a forest, though. So 6 is what we're on. We are on 6. All right, 7 drop. What's coming our way? Turn 1 Atarka. Quicksilver Gargantuan. 7/7. You have Gargantuan in the battlefield. A copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's still a 7/7. That's nifty. That's nifty. All right. What's my 7/7? Maybe it'll be a Quicksilver Gargantuan to copy that Quicksilver Gargantuan, except it's a 7/7. 5/4 Moonfolk Offering. Okay, so that's vanilla. 5/4 flyer. Put up to 2 land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. It doesn't do much in the Phlottery. It would do an awful lot in Momir. So, I mean, that would be a cool 7 drop to see in Momir. And I will actually have a mana left over next turn. So, yeah, I may as well just put some extra lands on the battlefield. It's not a big advantage, but it's there. It really looks like a flying donkey. Flying donkey insect. What is it? It's a spirit. Angel of Dire Hour. Flash flyer, 5/4. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, exile all attacking creatures. Hey, look, it's kind of like Phage. Except it doesn't end the game. All right, let's drop a 7 drop. Throw away that island. Hey, this guy again. I will not use his ability, but again, thanks for asking. Discard your hand and draw 0. Seven drop number 3 is Garrix Horde. Yes, you can play creatures off the top of your library, except that's never going to be a thing. All right, let's put some lands in the battlefield because I can. Boop and boop. And boop. 7 drop. What's it going to be? We get Palaka Worm. I gain 7 life. Cool. So I could put 2 more lands on the battlefield. And I probably will just because. I mean, they'd be plains. I'd prefer them to be mountains, of course. 6/6. Whenever permanent is put into an opponent's graveyard, the player loses life. Sure thing. Yeah. I'll wait until I have like some mountains or stuff to put down. It's a lot of swamps. 7 drop. What do we get? We get Sandstone Oracle. That's a Sphinx. A 4/4 flyer. When it's the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference. Yay, I get a card. Cool. Pass the turn. I am getting a lot of flyers compared to his flyers. That may be what turns the tides once we start attacks. That's a flyer, though. Oh, all of his attackers have lifelink. It's going to be problematic. That's going to be problematic. 7 drop. What do we get? Boonweaver Giant. A 4/4, and I can go search my library for an aura. I will pass. Everything has lifelink. And they're all going to be 7 drops. Gross. So gross. 6/6. In this case, just a vanilla 6/6 flyer. But a flyer, nonetheless. It's going to do a good job of blocking. Let's drop a 7-drop. What do we get? We get Gaia's Revenge, 8/5 haste, and sort of hexproof. Or sort of shroud, actually. Non-green shroud. Spawn of Thraxes. Spawn of Thraxes enters the battlefield. Deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of mountains you control. 4. Oh no, what's going to die? My 5/4 flyer, I assume? I assume my 5/4 flyer. Oh, my 5/4 flyer. And he can attack. And I'm going to lose a life. Oh, this is going to be bad news. This is going to be the baddest of newses. Oh. So, what's coming at me? Just team. Just bring the team at me. Although, I mean, if he brings the team at me, things are going to die, and it's going to take us some time to get back to a 7. But he's going to have a bajillion life. 6/6 flyer coming in. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. I don't necessarily want to trade 5 creatures. Ugh. I will take this 6. Just so I can try to get up to 7 creatures. Oh, man. Let's drop 7. See what we get. Oyobi Who Split the Heavens. A 3/6 flyer. And it's vanilla. So many vanillas in this. Or virtual vanillas anyways. Alright, I am not the beatdown here. Another 7-drop coming down. What's it going to be? Phage. 4/6. Whenever it attacks, you may return target enchantment card. Just a 4/6 flyer. 6/6 coming in. I think I'll trade this time around. Oh, he's going to have so much life. He's going to have all of the life. All right, let's trade there. Take him back down to 7 creatures. I'll lose a life from Patron of the Nezumi. What is it? Giant rat? Yeah, it's like a giant rat. All right, 7-drop. Be a good one. Or maybe be like 2 creatures in one. 4/5. All creatures able to block this do so. Whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature at the end of combat. As long as 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Okay. So I could kill one thing, whatever I want. Basically. One thing, whatever I want. What would I kill? And that's assuming that I even get to attack. I think I kill the Windbrisk Rider, right? Another flyer. Just an 8/7 Goliath Sphinx. Holy crow. Ooh, all right. 4/6 flyer coming in. Can't. Well, I guess I can bounce it off, but still gains 4 life. So I think we have to put down a 7-drop, swing in with that Basilisk, and turn off the lifelink. Because holy crap. It's going to be all of the life. Fell Shepherd, 8/6. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may turn blah, blah, blah. Pay black, sack creature, target creature, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's kill that Windbrisk Rider. I wish this had Death Touch. Ugh, if it had Death Touch, it means that I could go ping, 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 ping and kill 4 things. But I can only kill 1 thing. 8/7 flyer. How am I going to deal with that? Yeesh. Is it the Windbrisk Rider that I need to kill because the lifelink is just going to get insane? So 8/7 flyer. I mean, I may just make a 7-drop that can live through it. Is it the lifelink that needs to go? Or is it that needs to go? The Goliath Sphinx. I'll make a decision. Let's get rid of the lifelink. Let's get rid of the lifelink. Pass the turn. How much am I taking in the air? I have 2 blockers. 8/7. Well, I guess I could double block and kill it, actually. Deathbringer Regent, 5/6. Again, Phage kind of thing. If you cast it from your hand, blah, blah, blah. Although I guess Phage is if you didn't cast it from your hand, so it's not as applicable. Is that 8/7 coming in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 creatures on board. Talk about gross. 4/6 is coming in, and the 8/7. And the 5/4. So I could take 9 and kill the Sphinx. Yeah, let's kill the Sphinx. It's the biggest threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will have 6 creatures. Oh. The Phlottery. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. I will point out this is the first time I ever played the Phlottery as well. So it's not like I have a strategy or anything, or if there is even a strategy. Take another one off the Patreon and hope for a good 7-drop. Hope for a good 7-drop. We get Alhammaret. Reveal your hand, but you don't have a hand. And then you can't cast spells of whichever I choose, but that does nothing. But it's 5/5 flyer. His 5/6 flyer is looking pretty good, but we're stabilizing-ish, question mark? That 4/4 was bad. Quarry Colossus, 5/6, enters the battlefield, target creature with the onto blah, blah, blah. Just put the top X cards live by X is the number of planes you control. Goodbye, Alhammaret. It's nice knowing you. So we block the 5/6, I guess. And we take 14. Oh, we're just dead. We're just dead. Gross. So gross. All right, game 3. At least these are all going to game 3, so that's fun. Maybe the who goes first benefit is pretty darn big. We'll find out now because I'm going to choose to play first, and I'm going to choose to keep. Let's drop a mountain, pass the turn. Drop another mountain, pass the turn. Ooh, a foil full art forest. Mountain, pass the turn. Plains, pass the turn. So I guess I haven't seen a single landwalker, correct? I don't think so. Stormtide Leviathan doesn't matter because it turns everything into islands. I feel like Sea Monster or something is a 7-drop, and that requires islands to attack. All right, 7-drop. What do we get? Turn 1 Phage. Vine Cami, 4/4 Menace. Soul Shift 6 doesn't matter, so 4/4 Menace. 4/4 ground creatures aren't terribly what I want to be seeing. On the other side, Garrett gets himself a 5/5 ground creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose, turn it face down. But tokens can't turn face down, so that is just a 5/5 that flips a coin for no reason every turn. Seven drop. Say a 7/7. A 7/7, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of it. Yeah! I can ramp to 7 creatures if this can attack with impunity this turn, and I highly doubt that it'll be able to. Or, sorry, what am I talking about? I was talking about normal Momir. I can't attack because I don't have 7 creatures out. Someday it can attack. Someday it can attack. Did he win or lose the coin flip? Doesn't appear to be telling me. He won the coin flip. 4/4 flyer. Add 1 mana of any color. 4/4 flyer. Not the worst. Not the worst. Drop another swamp. Oops, drop another swamp. And let's make another 7-drop, and we get ourselves a Clockwork Dragon 6/6 flyer. That's pretty good. There's battlefield with 6 counters on it. Whenever it attacks or blocks, it winds down, takes a counter off. You can pay 3 to put a counter back on it. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, he lost the flip. Wait, it actually turned face down? But tokens can turn face down? Huh. I guess tokens have a back, maybe? But I think that's probably now just a 2/2 forever. Ashen, so yes, involuntary attacks are fine, but I can block. And I will block. And we'll rewind the clock ever so slightly there. Making rules on the fly. So good. All right, 7-drop. What do we get? Flesh Pulper Giant, 4/4. Enters the battlefield. You may destroy target creature with toughness 2 or less. And there's a morph creature that I'm not even sure if legally that should have been a morph creature. I'm going to have to look up the rules on morph and whether or not tokens can morph. Maybe they can. Maybe they can. They can't transform because, of course, they don't have the transform side, which is not the back side. Double face cards, of course, have 3 sides. They have a day side, a night side, and a back side. Of course, physically, there are no back sides on them. 10/10. Oh, that thing's going to get big. That thing's going to get real, real big. Real, real big. All right, 7-drop. What do we get? Rune Scarred Demon, 6/6. Search your library for a card, put it in your hand. I will search my library for this mountain right here. And pass the turn. Put counters on the Clockwork Dragon. That'll be something to do with my mana. His land dude becomes an 11/11. What else is going to happen now? Archangel. That's a 7-drop? Wow. 5/5 Flying Vigilance. I will put a counter on my dragon. Wind him up. Drop a land. Drop a 7-drop. What do we get? Kami of the Honored Dead. A 3/5 flyer. Whenever it is dealt damage, you gain that much life. So it has like reverse lifelink. Cool. I almost played an 8-drop. Siege Worm. Good old Siege Worm. 5/5 trample with Convoke. His land dude is a 12/12. It looks like it'll cap out. Whoops, that's almost an 8-drop. Caps out at 13/13. Hey, look at that. Seraph of the Masses, which will be a 7/7 when we can attack. All of the 7s. Dark Steel Gargoyle, 3/3 flying indestructible. Chump blocker forever. Oh, I missed my dragon last turn. Let's wind that up and then wind it up again. Seven drop. What do we get? We get an Arcbound Lancer, 4/4 first strike modular 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what's he got? He's got a 4/4 flyer and an indestructible flyer and a 5/5 flyer. So, and he's got a 13/13 on the ground. So if I come in with a 9/9 and a 6/6 and a 7/7, things should die. Oh, he winds down. I forgot he winds down. So he's going to block the Clockwork with the Dark Steel. And then I wonder if he double blocks, say, the Seraph? Oh, double block with that one. Tricky, tricky. Oh, no, pulls it back. Double blocks there. Okay. And... okay. Let's kill that. And let's wind up the dragon. Get in for 17. Pretty serious amount of damage there. I feel like the first player definitely has a significant advantage in the Phlottery. 4-3 double strike. Nada. Let's drop a 7-drop, come back up to 7 creatures, and this might just close the game out unless something bad here happens. 5-5, can't block as long as defending player controls an artifact. Alright, so I can swing in with that, and he can block, and I can swing in with that, and he can block. Block, 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 block. Team, right? Yeah, in with team. Might have to test this out a little bit more to see if the first player can ever actually lose. It's entirely possible they can't. So the trample, I think, is what's going to win me this. Yup, that's game. The trample gets there. All right, so we won the Phlottery, or didn't lose the Phlottery by not getting Phage. Definitely someday I want to see Phage come down, so I'll probably try to play the Phlottery again at some point in the future. Let me know what you thought of the Phlottery. I'm sure it was weird. I'm sure some of you won't like it, but it was fun. But we're going to go on to Mojosto in match 3, and I'll explain that in the next video.